Well, hello. My name is Mike Stewart, and I'm running for State Senate in Tacoma's 27th District. Well, thank you very much for joining us in our kind of Cluster 5, Weekly 5 kind of video batch drop. And so kind of what we do is we hop in with a concept of, something larger, and then, more than a couple issues typically kind of fall under that larger. But, as a whole, it's kind of a standalone and just kind of a quick kind of update and an introduction as well. But this week, what we'll be covering is, for the concept here, it'll be people. And then for the Republicans etiquette, it'll be Washington first attitude. And then on the issues, it'll be 21 to 25. And it'll be increased new resident fees, Tacoma Dome group activities, intrastate commerce growth, social points participation program, and adult singles summer camp. And so these are the issues that we're going to cover in this drop. But, it comes back to, we can talk about all the issues we want, but it's about people. And again, for us, we're trying to hit that core center. And we're trying to figure out how to overlap, this and kind of evolve into this, more fiscally conservative, kind of socially liberal kind of grouping or kind of agency. It's kind of what we're shooting for. And I think kind of when you hear us talk about the different issues and how everything shapes up, you get kind of an idea of a mentality. And, we want to help people. And I understand, you can break us down into, race and sexuality and gender and, wherever you can go with it. But at Republicans, our hope is to kind of get in front of that and to ask the question of, okay, and then what? And when that question is asked, I think you come back to the word people. And so when we're looking at policy and we're looking at how to do stuff, it does come back to people. We had some issues earlier and now and later, which, it's not always as general as I think it is. Because one of the things in our issues this batch will be Tacoma Dome group activities, and we're going to talk about hosting the largest quinceañera in Washington State, or hopefully the United States. But we don't want to get ahead of ourselves. So shoot for Washington. Before we talked about opening a tech school and using that as a vehicle to literally go in the inner cities and change the dream for people of color. And these are large concepts. And, when you pair them with the infrastructure, because you have to look at the satellite campuses and that kind of stuff that's in place to understand how large the effect can be of changing that dream. Because if you don't change that dream, you're going to have the same problems going forward. And it is possible to change these dreams. It is possible to dangle different incentives in front of, young people, and for them to be like, oh, I was going this way. Oh, it happens all the time, And, I know a tech school would do that. I know, something like a large-scale quinceañera would do that. Because it's not just cool because, it's an activity for yourself, but you're also seeing and engaging all types of other people that share that interest. And so, hopefully it becomes a much larger, kind of societal event, happening there in the Tacoma Dome. I got a lot on my agenda to help, kind of promote the 27th and to help bring stuff forward. But, here it comes back to people, and we can go through the race breakdown and all this stuff, but I don't think it's needed. We all understand Tacoma's bottom 10% is in need, and they aren't healthy, and, it does need addressing. And also that Tacoma's top 10%, when we look at that, understanding what that is, because, that's really turning over into a bedroom community to Seattle. The bottom part is, it's kind of the, violent crime, homelessness. There's real problems there. And so how do we address it? I think it's an inside out approach. And what I mean by that is it's not the answers from the edges coming to the center. It's the answers from the center coming to the edges. And that's really, in the larger what it is that we're here trying to do. So on that note, I kind of wish you into the concept, and hopefully you enjoy this week's batch of videos.